Hey everybody, a little bit of a story and then I'll get into the books. But a couple weeks ago, I was gonna go to this con. Really excited because it's one of the bigger ones in the area. And I woke up the day of, super early and typed in or searched up the flyer on Facebook to see where the address was. And then I saw that the date was yesterday because I ended up missing it. And I was so annoyed at that I just drove to my local shop just to hunt in some long boxes for a little bit, get some of that con feel. And I ended up finding this book, which, if you don't know, is Don Rosa's first ever work in comics. It's an highly award-winning story. Really great work, pretty iconic book, a lot of history associated with it. And yeah, I got it for $2. And fast forward to last week, a week or two ago, another local shop was having a dollar sale. They had one of their buildings, just Cowabunga Comics near Milwaukee. Everything was $1, and me and a buddy headed out there, and I ended up finding a couple more copies of this. So now I have 4 copies actually, since the one I found at the first shop wasn't there. But super, super happy to have these. Really, really love the contribution Don Rosa has made to comics and everything in general. I feel like he's been a really great successor to Carl Barks. And I never really collected him before. Like the one issue I picked up was my first time ever getting anything by him. I was thinking about starting to collect him. And at this shop, at this dollar sale, I pretty much started and ended my collection in one go. And we'll kind of show off how that was. So this is Don Rosa's first ever work. It is his first cover, his first story, first art, anything officially published in a comic. And I also picked up there his second cover appearance and third cover. So, and these are all in really nice shape. I was just hunting through boxes, and once I decided I was going after them, I just kept finding gems. It was super fun. Here we have another just classic Don Rosa cover. I think they reused this for one of the Fantagraphics trade paperbacks reprints. So this was great. Another Don Rosa cover, and I think there's a bunch of stories in here that are his too. This is the direct edition, so these covers aren't nearly as glossy. Not a huge fan, but for $1, I loved it. It was great. This, I'm actually not sure what it is. I don't know if it's Life and Times or what, but I just, I know it was his cover, and I thought it was just a cool book. Again, for $1, why not? So, Life and Times of Uncle Scrooge is Don Rosa's magnum opus. If you don't know, he went back in all of Carl Barks' stories, formed a full continuity, filled in all the gaps, all the questions, all the references he had made, and he basically created this 12-issue long arc fulfilling Uncle Scrooge's childhood to how he became the man he is. And really amazing work. I have the reprint, the trade, which I love, read it, but I managed to pick up the entire series, and we'll go through that. So here's the first issue, another iconic cover. 285, 286. So, and again, guys, these are just in such nice shape. I really tried to find, because there was, again, 2 or 3 copies of each book, so I would try and find the best one I could. Love these covers. Great story, too. Just reading them. And unfortunately, there is one issue from this run, this Life and Times, that is really, really pricey. And you might know which one I'm referring to. It is, so we have $291. This is $292. Again, we got Goldie there on the corner. And $293, getting closer. So this, I think, this was the last non-direct edition. So I really like how bright the colors are, how glossy it is. Because after this $294, this was the direct market. You can see down here. Still, same story, continuing the same story and everything, but just a little different format. And $296. $295 is a very famous, I guess now famous, Don Rosa story. It features one of Carl Barks' more controversial slash racially insensitive characters. I think his name is Bombi the Zombie, and that issue has actually been banned by Disney from appearing in any reprints, appearing in any future media. So the only way to get a hold of it is if you find it in the already published trades or the issue itself. So the issue goes for quite a bit. So they didn't have it. I searched and asked. Somebody probably scooped it out where it just wasn't in the collection. But $2.96 and $2.97, the extra issue too. So super, super happy to get all these Don Rosa books. These are not Don Rosa's work. They're reprints of just old Donald Duck and Uncle Scrooge issues. The cover, this one is by Don Jeepes, I think. My apologies for the pronunciation. But I saw a 9/8 of this in a slab at a con a couple months ago, and I really liked it. I almost thought about picking it up, but I'm so glad I didn't, because this is in great shape, and I got it for $1. And I liked it so much, I got 2 copies. And along with number 1, I figured why not get number 2. They had it there. I just love I don't know why, I just loved like the style of this cover, even though the drawings are reprints. I just love the simple art, and the colors seem very bright. This just another cover that I just kept going back to. I would keep flipping past it, and it would just draw my eye, so I picked it up. And then the last book, the buddy of mine who I went with actually showed it to me. He was like, he knows I like Archie, and so every once in a while if he would find one, he would ask me, and most of them were pretty beat and not at all anything special. And then he showed me this book, and I was like, oh, this actually is something really cool, because this is Cheryl Blossom's second appearance, I'm pretty sure. Her first appearance, it goes for a lot. If you guys saw it, I got it a couple weeks ago for the first time at a con. But her second appearance can also go for quite a bit. I'd say in high grade, maybe a $30 or $40 book. In this condition, I don't know, maybe $10, maybe $10, $15. I do already have a copy, but super happy to have another one. It was just another fun find, finding an actual like key out in the wild. And yeah, that was basically my full dollar spree haul from this comic show. Very, very happy. I first searching through that, I didn't really think I would get anything, and just finding all these, basically starting and finishing my Don Rosa collection was great. I would like to find a newsstand version of this would be great. In the newsstand, if you guys don't know, the canes they're both holding are brown instead of green, which is in the direct version. All the copies I have are direct, unfortunately, but still super happy to have it. I would love to meet Don Rosa someday and get everything signed and just, talk with him about the hobby. He really is just such a treasure trove of knowledge, not just about Uncle Scrooge or Carl Barks or anything like that, but just comics as a medium in general. His knowledge on the hobby and collecting goes so far back, and it's so ingrained. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have a couple more videos up soon. I have a couple things in the works, and yeah, let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. Thanks.